Hey guys, we're here playing Interloper. I posted a video first talking about the basic overview of the game. I'm going to talk about a strategy a little more in this game. Up against Mazagama again, we've played him before. He plays to the bitter end, whether or not he's winning or losing. So in the opening, you really want to get a factory so you can start making units, and you want to get some power early on. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. But after that, it's not always clear where you want to go, what you want to do. And what I like to do is basically attack my opponent's power really aggressively. Because if you can turn off their power, it stops their production, and then they end up having to spend all their time just counteracting you, at which point you can go through and be ahead. So by taking this, I'm forcing him to spend his time on this. And I can swing around here and grab another factory and another power. Whoops. So an important thing about the game is that they cannot take over your factories if they're connected to power. So now this is linked by power, and it's invincible from his attacks unless he would cut off the line. So as you can see, we're actually pretty far ahead already. We have a total of 6 production, 3 here and 3 here, and he has a total of 0 production. So he has not been prioritizing his production enough. We're going to rally some guys to where he might attack, and we're going to just hold him off. There's relatively a few choke points in the map. We should have been here a little earlier. We would have been able to save that power, but that's fine. So you want to keep an eye on every choke point, and ideally have your defenses on every choke point, so he has to figure out where to attack. The upgrades building here is good to have, but you can easily go there too early, because it doesn't do anything if you don't have extra drones to pump into it. If you don't have extra drones, then you can't really build anything from it, and there's no point in having it when you could have had more power or more factories instead. So there I should have had guys in this choke, and I would have been able to save that power again. You really have to keep an eye at all times about what are the choke points. So now I can defend this choke point here, because the map is very small. It's almost claustrophobic, but it's good because there's no camera controls to worry about. So I'm going to go up here, block that from him, and then I can bring reinforcements to take over this one. You'll see there's some units lying around the map. Like there's this guy that was in gray. You just walk through to take them over, and then they're yours. Those I would say are medium priority. You kind of want to grab those, but not sacrificing factories, because it's a one-time gain of that unit compared to a factory which will make units for a long time. So I'm going to phase out here. You can phase to walk through anything, but you can only unphase in your own territory. So phasing basically can let you out of a trap where you're caught, or you can just use it for mobility. The other important thing is you're invisible during this, so he doesn't know where I'm going to be. I can just run around and I can show up and maybe surprise him. I could go up there, for example, and then I could pop in. I'm taking a shorter path going through his territory, and then I can also just pop in. He wouldn't necessarily see me there. I can advance. So in terms of getting units, you do want to grab units when you can. When you have extra drones, like now I've got so many drones, I can just pump out a lot of things. Queue a bunch of snipers. And I'll just show you what the sniper does. I'll move him over here and we'll pick off one of these drones. So all of these guys are expensive, like they cost 2 to 4 drones. And this guy only has 1 health, so you want to have him along with some other guys. Because then if he attacks me now, then it's going to attack the drones. You can't target fire, so he has no choice but to attack my drones first, and the snipers are always the last thing to get killed. So snipers are really good with support. So yeah, that's an example of some basic strategy. The main thing he's doing wrong is he's not grabbing production early enough. So you see the first thing I'm grabbing is a factory and then 2 power. The rest of the stuff that's around here, like the walls, the army, the units, they're good, but they're not as good as just having production set up. The positioning really matters too. Like this is quite defensible because it's far from where he starts, whereas something like this is a little harder to stop him from taking over. And like for me to take this one is tricky too, because I can't. It's close to his spawn, and he can kind of just sweep in and get it. His replay button might not work, so yeah, he's disconnected. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to do some more games of this.